What's up, guys? Welcome back to JE Van Builds. So today, to continue on with our ProMaster build, we're going to be installing two Max fans into this ProMaster. So here are our two Max fans. So both of these have really cool options. They have the rain option, or the rain cover option, which seals off the fan when you're using it in all weathers. So when it rains, it'll still kind of run off of it without getting into the fan system. Really good. So here's, once you open the box, you have this is going to be your cover that's going to go up on the ceiling or on the bottom, and then this is the fan itself, the template, and then this is what it looks like, and then this entire piece is the cover that's on the exterior of the van, and when it opens up, it still covers the vent area. So we're gonna go up top right there. First one's gonna go in the back right here, the other one's gonna go up front over there. So we're gonna go up top, and then once we go up top, I have a stencil that we're going to be measuring. We're gonna be putting it down exactly where we want. I will do the same thing like I did with the window. You use a Sharpie. This time I'm going to use a Sharpie to mark my area because we're using a template. Same thing, we're still going to put some tape on there, cut it, and then we'll go from there. All right. On top of the van, and here's what you see here. So this is the ProMaster has this section right here. It's a nice little flat area here. So we're going to use our template. Fits perfect right here in between these two grooves, and then I'll obviously measure and make sure that everything is good. I'll go ahead and mark on the inside with this template, and then we'll go ahead and cut out, and the fan will just sit in there nice and perfect. The trimming is basically the same size as this, so the trim will go around here and it'll stay on this surface here. And then as far as the back goes, we're going to measure from back here to the first stud, and the same thing, same concept is we'll put our stencil down, which will probably be around here, right in there. So then we'll do the same thing, cut around. The fan will sit in here, depending on where the stud placements are at underneath in the van, and then it'll overhang this way, and that's basically how it'll go. So we'll go ahead, we got our same tools, and then we'll cut, drop these in. We will be doing a spider no drill roof rack. We'll be making a rack for this, which will mount to these areas here. It already has pre-mounted holes. Then we will be mounting our solar panel, which is going to be going in this general area right here. So it'll kind of cover all this area here, and then that is how the fan is going to be getting power. They'll be using solar, kind of like that second van over here. You can see same setup. We're gonna have that same panel, except that we're gonna have a roof rack on this one. Once we're done cutting our hole, we're just going to go ahead and make sure that our template was good. Of course, I'll follow down the edges with my grinder, but we're going to get the frame and just drop it in, make sure everything fits in there nicely. Okay, so before we go ahead and mount it though, we will drop some adhesive underneath. Go ahead and we'll bolt it down, once we bolt it down, we'll do lap sealant. That's going to self-level across this entire thing. And the lap sealant is kind of like this. It's what they use already to seal all the holes. Once the lap sealant will self-level, it'll dry up, and then I'll check it later on, and then any gaps or inconsistencies, I'll come and gobble on a bunch more. So our first one is done. The Max air fan will drop into this frame here, and then it has 4 screws, and it has a rubber seal here that creates that waterproof what am I trying to say, the lining here, so water and moisture doesn't get inside. So now we'll go ahead and move on to our front so we can go ahead and continue on. Okay guys, so went ahead and finished these, we grinded them down. So if you look on here, this one's nice and flat. So we'll put a little bit of sealant on the bottom just to, you know, prevent leaks on the screws, but that'll just fit in nicely, nice and flush. So on our our rear hole, so you know, we have this these grooves. So the awesome thing about this template is cut out for the grooves. So you put it here and it fills in all the grooves. Now when we install here, it's perfect. So then once we go ahead and drill, this will serve as a spacer so we don't have any gaps down here. And then when we do the lap sealant will seal all this together. This is a pretty cool thing to get. Obviously if they make it for your van, but if not, then you just, you know, add some sealant on there. But yeah, this is how it goes. All right guys, so now we're going to go ahead, and I cleaned it off already. I like to use the Loctite power grab. It's a adhesive / silicone. I'm just gonna put a nice little strip under our spacer here, and then once I go ahead and drill through, do the lap sealant. But on the other side, I'm gonna use that as well, and that's where the screws are gonna go, create that seal underneath, and then once we put that lap sealant, it seals the entire thing off. Guys, I dropped the screw earlier, but I went back to the regular filming. So we're gonna put this last screw in here in the corner. Just when you feel that retention, or that, you know, you want to stop. All right, so you can see some of our adhesive sealant. It's already pretty dry. So basically that strip is gonna seal all of these screws right here. And this adhesive is really amazing. It's marine grade, so it'll seal the entire bottom, since this one doesn't have that little gasket. So next we're gonna grab your fan. Okay, so here's your fan, here's your power and ground, your manual open and close, and then once you have your buttons too that you can do it, push to lock. Over here, all that's gonna be you're gonna have all that stuff on the remote. So basically, to go ahead and mount it, you're gonna go ahead and open it. Okay, so once you open it, you're just gonna slide it in there. Okay, You gotta make sure that the plastic goes on the outside because it's gonna line up with those the fasteners. And then you're gonna push it in just like that. So the rubber seal is in there. And you're gonna get your bolt. So it has 4 bolts on each side. Make sure it's lined up, which it pretty much is. Just slide it in there, and it's gonna grab nicely. That's it. Same thing up front. Might have to put a little pressure down. Let's see. Make sure it lines up. Okay, then you're gonna do the 2 on the other side. Same concept, same thing. Cool. So now I'll pretty much just clean all the metal shavings around it, and then when we do our lap sealant, I'm just gonna saturate from this lip all the way around. Lap sealant's gonna come out, it'll self-level over all this, and it'll just seal it really nicely. So we'll go ahead and install the rear one, and then we'll start with our lap sealant. Guys, we're gonna do the lap sealant. So here's your lap sealant here. You know, Dicor products for RV roofing. White, self-leveling. So this is what we're going to be putting around all of that right there, and it'll seal everything here, and it'll just level out all the way and kind of create a nice little seal. So we'll be doing that on both of them. Guys, so that's pretty much it. As far as the installation goes, we're not going to wire it up just yet. We need to get the solar set up, everything going on there first, and then I need to run my studs and everything for the ceiling and the walls, so then like that I can run my wiring for all these. But pretty much all of this, you know, it's all super goopy and everything, but over the next like hour or two, it'll all seal, it'll flatten out, and it'll seal really nicely, creating that no leak barrier going on there. So, you know, I'm just gonna go ahead and finish off the second one, and then that's pretty much it. So I'll tune in with you guys when we get ready to wire everything. All right, take it easy.